Welcome to the Bill and Gypsy Show on YouTube.
Where we help you turn y'all's wedding dreams of sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows
into memorable experiences that will generate rave reviews from your family and all of your friends.
Yes, and one thing that will cause great reviews from your family and friends is when you're actually setting up a table for your wedding. And today we're going to be talking about that because part of styling your table is all the elements that come into it to create a beautiful experience for you and your guests. And someone who actually is an expert in this is Heather with Atlas Event Rentals. Welcome to the show, Heather.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Great to see you, Heather. We go back a long, long, long time. I remember I rented from Atlas. It was back in the 80s. I did an event at the Flagler Museum and rented from you guys. And so we still work with you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So here's my question that Gypsy told me to ask you, okay? What are styles that you're seeing in weddings currently with regards to the tables and the chairs and the linen and the china and the flatware and the stemware? What are you seeing?
Sure. So what we're seeing, I keep saying we have to look on the positive side of COVID, right? With all of the changes of weddings, what I'm seeing a lot is home weddings. The entertaining is being brought back into our homes and our backyards. And what we're doing is we're incorporating the elements of our homes, whether it's living on the water, the pool, the beautiful trees in your backyard, your, family's garden, your favorite flowers. You're incorporating the linens and the tabletop into your home environment. So where in the past, we were really inside ballrooms a lot. We were, at the venues that had the gold ceilings and matching the carpet and using, the flatware at the venues. Well, now you really have the luxury of creating and designing your own table. So what we're seeing is we're getting away a little bit from some of the glitz and glam and really bringing it back into what fits into your home, a lot more natural fabrics, kind of like, a lot more linens and tight woven fabrics, a lot more floral decors, some more simple textures, and really our wedding couples are really getting into the tabletop decor, where in the past it was just maybe I'll just rent a charger or maybe I'll just rent a napkin. Now they need it all for their home. Our couples are choosing more of the tight linen, woven prints, some floral designs, some simple textures that really fit into their home environment instead of, taken away from that, really things that will fit into the nature of the home, whether it's inside or outside, beautiful colors that tie in with the ocean front, your pools, trees, gardens.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, when I went through your lookbook, and I've seen a lot of your products that we've used, first of all, I love your lookbook.
Thank you.
I love the way you have everything set matching. That helps a lot. It really does, because a bride walks in to us and says, I have no idea where to start. I like this color. I like that color. I kind of like this style, and I don't know, but I love the way you've set every pattern. Mm-hmm. Going with that, I saw some of them being the Shabby Chic, which coming from Tennessee, we use a lot of that. And it's been really popular for the last 10 years. And I'm just wondering, how popular is it down here in South Florida? And do you see it like sustaining that popularity?
So yeah, I think, Shabby Chic, instead of looking at it as a trend, it's just another option, right? There's so many couples out there that some are modern, some are traditional, some like the Shabby Chic. Whether you're getting married in Miami or Palm Beach, that Shabby Chic style, just like, how you decorate your home, it's not going anywhere. And there's so many beautiful pieces that fit into that style. And that's why we have that lookbook, because as much as they don't know what they want in the beginning, they know what they like, right? So when you see it, you know what you like. So we created those looks. So when a couple sees them, they say, I love that, I don't like that. So even if they don't want to choose that full look, at least they could choose elements of that. And we have a really good starting point of where we need to go next. So yeah, so the Shabby Chic style, it's here to stay. Look at the farm tables. Years ago, people were saying, is this a trend, but it's really a beautiful trend that is just another option for couples. It used to be where it was just kind of one style. We started with the brown rustic style, but now there's beautiful white tables and gray tables. And the nice thing about it is you could make it all shabby chic, or you could put a modern twist on it. Again, there's so many beautiful tabletop and linen options that you could accent that shabby chic style. So I think it's here to stay. And I think it's just, again, another style for our wedding couples to choose from.
So with the COVID crisis going on, I think you've probably noticed that couples have scaled down their guest list considerably. And with that, are you finding that they're actually amping up their table settings and their linens and my end, even the catering? But are you seeing that where they budgeted X amount of money and now they've got the money budgeted, but they're not bringing as many guests? So what's your thought on that?
Yeah, you nailed it on the head. I mean, exactly that. They're coming in and saying, well, we were already spending XYZ on the wedding, right? They already had it budgeted. And yes, some of the budgets have decreased, but even with that, because some of the numbers have shrunk, so significantly, they really are going all out and they're doing beautiful place settings. And that to me has been kind of the silver lining with all of this, where that home entertaining, and even I had a bride yesterday, she came in with her fiance and they said, I've never known what a charger was up until the planning process. And I didn't know what a shibari chair was. And she's really learned about all the tabletop decor pieces and home entertaining. And I think that alone is going to stick. But yes, again, going back to a ballroom where maybe they feel that what the venue provides is enough. Now they really want the full place setting. They're doing the charger to the dinner plate. They're, elevating their flatware, and they really want their table setting to be a wow statement piece.
Right.
Well, and with making a wow statement piece with your table settings, budget-wise, and that's one thing a lot of brides don't understand. They pay for the venue, they'll pay for the catering, and then you have your basic styles of plates and what have you. And then they look at all the other items, like your items, and they go, oh, I really love this. And they don't realize that it's per person. Every fork is X amount of dollars per person, every knife and so forth, to have everything together. So what's a realistic budget for a bride when coming to an actual beautiful, having everything, upgrading your flatware, your stemware, everything?
Yeah, because obviously as a caterer, we include basic flatware, basic stemware, basic china, but we're talking of, and basic linen, but then the upgrades. Yes.
What's
Sure. So what I like to say is I never give a budget per person because there's so many options. It's like almost impossible, right? I mean, you could go from one couple wanting one style flatware and just the dinner plate and one glass to the full kit and caboodle. The direction that I go in with my couples is I say, what's important to you and what is your rental budget? Then from there, it's my job to help them get the biggest bang for their buck. So maybe it's not worth doing an upgraded napkin because you really want that charger. And once you put it all together, whether you use a basic napkin or a higher end napkin, you might not be able to tell the difference. So it's my job to guide them of where to spend the money. So it's not so much of per person that I like to give them. It's just tell me your vision, come in, let's play. And usually from there, they fall in love with one piece, whether it's the charger they have to have, or the pink goblet that they have to have, or the tip. So what I like to do is work backwards from the must-have pieces. And then from there we say, okay, what do you want to spend per person? And now let's work backwards. You can't live without that pink goblet. So right there is $250 per person. And then let's work backwards. And if you have a statement piece like the pink goblet, we could go a little bit more simple on some of the items. So the nice part of having options is we could do that. You're not stuck into one budget. You're not stuck into one china. We could really make it your own with any budget that you have.
Beautiful. And speaking of options and speaking of upgrades, I've visited Atlas's inventory and warehouse, not only in Miami, but up in Palm Beach County. And by far, they have the widest assortment of china, flatware, stemware, linens of any of the rental companies here in South Florida. So you are to be applauded for that. Now, before we sign off, coming up in July is a huge show. It's Cater Source special event. And Heather and I together we are the hosts, the ambassadors of this wonderful occasion. So if any of you are watching this, if you're out there and you're a caterer, you're a bridal planner, remember to come to Miami this July and come and enjoy the sun and the surf and the sand. So thank you so much. You can get all of Heather's information on the slide that our partner is going to put up there. And also, we would like to thank you again. So,
Yes, and make sure y'all tune in, send us your questions, hit that like button. All righty?
Yep.
Hit that
Yep.
like.
Thank you for having me.